Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Michelle Bambling, and for this presentation, I'd love to share how my journey as a drama teacher led me into the world of neuroscience and how it's enhanced and elevated the way I teach and the philosophies I have about education. To go from a graduate teacher teaching drama, now in leadership, school leadership, working with teaching colleagues, and really letting neuroscience inform my decision making as a result of my engagement in this course at Central Queensland University. This is my evidence for being a neuroplastician. I began my career as a drama teacher. I was passionate about the creative spark that could light up a classroom, the energy of students expressing themselves through movement, voice, and story. But what I didn't realise back then was that I was engaging in some of the most powerful neuroscience-informed teaching practices. I just didn't have the language or understanding for it. Even in those early years, my practice was fostering neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to grow and change through experience, as Tokuhama Espinosa explains. I thought I was teaching drama, but in reality, I was sculpting neural pathways, building self-awareness, and shaping the mind-brain connection through embodied, social, and emotional learning. My transformation began when I started this course and encountered the work of Dr. Marielle Hardiman, Louis Cozolino, and Alan Watkins, to name a few. Hardiman's reminder that all learning is brain-based, but all teaching is not, struck a chord. I started to reflect on how I could be more intentional, using the arts not just to teach content, but to target the brain's natural learning systems. Cozolino's concept of the social brain highlighted how essential connection is for learning. Drama naturally leverages the temporoparietal junction, the brain region responsible for understanding others' thoughts, reinforcing the deep social and emotional engagement I saw in class. Always beginning my lessons in circles so we can make eye contact with each other, sitting and sharing laughter and humour, role-playing the thoughts of other characters, and reflecting at the end of lessons is deep social connection. Alan Watkinson's emphasis on how you think affects what you do reframed my understanding of emotional regulation and mindset. His alignment with Carol Dweck's growth mindset and Simon Sinek's infinite mindset reminded me that fostering emotional safety, resilience, and a belief in possibility are all neurologically powerful. There is a reason that students love drama, and it's not just because of the games. Here are some key principles that inform my teaching now. Emotional climate matters, and drama classrooms provide emotionally rich environments. As Hardiman notes, we think through the lens of our emotions, and that emotional climate has a direct impact on engagement and learning. Similarly, Brené Brown reminds us that discomfort is not a barrier. It's the pathway to resilience and self-awareness. So for my first point, brains thrive on connection. Cozolino's social brain and the neuroscience of collective conscience underscore why collaboration and empathy in performance are so powerful. Our brains are wired to respond to faces, emotions, and human interaction, something digital learning environments often miss. Secondly, movement and novelty fuel learning. Drama is movement. It's novelty. It's surprise. According to Jensen, these elements aren't luxuries. They are essential for engaging working memory and cementing long-term memory. Hardiman's brain-targeted teaching framework also reinforces the need for engaging physical environments and opportunities for problem solving. And finally, mindset shapes outcomes. I've come to see just how much emotions, energy, and well-being affect how we learn. When students feel good, when they're rested, active, and supported, they're more likely to engage and succeed. I also think it's important not to shield students from struggle. In fact, a little healthy pressure, what we might call positive stress or eustress, can actually help them grow. Drama is a great space for this. The energy of live performance, the nerves before stepping into a role, the reflection afterwards, it's all part of building confidence, resilience, and real learning. What I didn't realise is that I was exploring all this as a drama teacher. And it's only now, since I've engaged with this grad cert, that I've really come to appreciate the power in what's happening in those lessons. Since then, I've moved into leadership positions in schools, and I've been able to inspire this knowledge in my colleagues. And I'm constantly reflecting on how school leadership decision making can be better informed by neuroscience. My journey from drama teacher to school leader has been guided by one belief: creativity is essential, not optional. I now work to embed creative and critical thinking across all learning areas, helping teams design experiences that engage the whole brain. This philosophy led me to create Hatch IQ, a digital tool that helps make creativity and critical thinking visible in classrooms. It reflects my commitment to brain-based teaching practices grounded in neuroscience. My leadership is shaped by Tokuhama Espinosa's 5 pillars of the mind, which reinforce the importance of neuroplasticity through targeted professional learning, differentiation and universal design, because no two brains learn the same way, and strategic simplification, drawing from Breakspeare's pruning principle and cognitive load theory. But leading also means unlearning. I've had to challenge pervasive neuromyths like left and right brain learners and fixed learning styles. As Howard Jones and Tokuhama Espinosa remind us, these myths can limit both practice and belief. I am a neuroplastician, not because I have all the answers, but because now I ask better questions, because I lead with curiosity and creativity, because I believe that understanding the brain is one of the most important tools we have as educators. The arts taught me that learning is joyful, and the neuroscience showed me why. Now I use both to design learning that is rich, relevant, and rigorous. Let's teach for the brain, and let's lead with creativity.